Before the pandemic, the sport of lacrosse had seen a boom here in Southern California, with leagues popping up from the beach to the desert. Now, Premier Lacrosse League co-founder Paul Rabil is looking to bring his league to LA permanently, maybe even before he retires from the field. You see, Rabil still plays in the league he helped create. Once again, here's Ben Lyons.
It's challenging enough to be a professional athlete at your level, but then throw in marketing, audience development, unions, all these other things that go into putting on a professional sports league. I don't understand how you have the hours in the day to do it all.
I try to figure that out too. So any advice that you can share, it's been a bit of a, at least for our generation that may understand this, a Jackie Moon experiment for me, where trying to build the league and play in it and avoid any type of conflict of interest and such, but also try to have time in my calendar to train like a professional athlete. So I'm hanging on because I love the game, and something that I was talking with Mark Cuban for my podcast a few weeks ago, and he got into the NBA because of his passion for basketball. And it was less of an investment that we see now today with a lot of pro sports league owners. And that's a lot of my origin as well.
I often connect the sport of lacrosse with different pockets of the country and think of it as regional. But as you mentioned, it is a nationwide sport. It does have a big following, not only across the country, but here in Southern California. What's the lacrosse scene like here in LA?
It's buddy. It's something that we don't take for granted. It's the reason why our headquarters are based in Los Angeles. When we announced the PLL in 2018, I think people were expecting us to land somewhere in New York, Boston, or Baltimore. And we decided to move westward given the game's growth out west over the last decade. Los Angeles in particular has a really budding community of teams, from Mad Dog, the Mavericks, to the Dragons. South Bay is really big here in lacrosse, and that's where our headquarters are. So it gives us an opportunity to not only be a part of the growing lacrosse community in Los Angeles, given that we're tour-based, but we also look to drop a game every season in LA, and our inaugural season was the All-Star game.
And here's Rabil, behind the back pass.
It's incredible, man, hearing you talk about the league and all the things you guys are taking into consideration. It's such a massive undertaking.
Yeah.
How does this impact your standing out on the field? Like when you're competing and there are other players going up against you, are guys coming at you a little harder? Are guys backing off?
I wish guys would back off. You play against the best competition, and the best competition really wants to show up when you're on the field with them. And then there was the worry around, well, we're starting the league, and I'm a co-founder here, and how's that going to impact the play on the field? What you find is, once you step on the field, is that your distractions go away, and the logic sometimes kicks away in your brain, and you end up playing around competitiveness and emotion. And for me personally, when I step on the field, I don't feel like a co-founder. And I know from the guys on the other team, they may bring an edge to me, but it's an edge probably more around what I've built and accomplished as a player than what I've done off the field with the PLL. So definitely get some good shots from these guys, and I rely on my interpersonal skills not to hold it against them.